G'day guys, welcome back to another video. We've all seen the Rubik's Cube, right? Well, hang on. I actually meant, like, Rubik's. You know, we've all seen the regular 3x3. We got the 2x2s, the 4x4s, and they're fine. But did you know that Rubik's actually made a whole bunch of random, and I mean random, accessories and merchandise and all this sort of stuff back in the day? You might have seen my recent video about the Rubik's pen. It does turn, a little thing where, you know, it turns into a pen and you can actually write with it. And I said that I got that one from my work. I work at a franchise distributor, and at one point in the past, I guess they were selling Rubik's stuff. And because a lot of this stuff is discontinued, it makes it quite rare. And because everyone at my work knows that I love Rubik's Cubes, they just gave a whole bunch to me. And some of it was actually pretty rare. Some of it's not even released, and I'll get to that in a second. But I'm gonna show you right now what I got. So let's jump into it, yeah? So yeah, obviously we've got the regular Rubik's Cube. I didn't get this one from work, but I've got a whole bunch that I'm gonna show you. So we'll put that one to the side. First off is the pen. Now you might have seen this before. If not, go watch my video about the unboxing. Essentially, it's just a twisty pen where it comes off. It's a 1x3. And the funny thing is, I got 3 of them now. They're all exactly the same. They all do the same thing. They all have different colored lanyards, which is kind of cool. These ones actually have the tops on them still, which this one doesn't. But yeah, if you want a Rubik's pen for some reason, hit me up. Something kind of similar that I also got given was this one. It's a Rubik's flashlight. It's kind of interesting. It's got a little keyring just like the pens. It's if you spin the middle, nothing happens. It's only if you turn the top or the bottom, for some reason, then the light turns on. So if it's solved, it turns off. But I don't know, the middle doesn't really do much. I think it's like a pseudo 1x1x2. But yeah, you know, the torch is pretty bright, I suppose. You know, I'm not gonna try and blind you. But the funny thing about this one is that I also have 3. I don't need 3. It's not. I mean, you know, they're all identical. This one's missing a lanyard. This one's got a black lanyard. I don't know. But yeah, look, it almost looks like a floppy cube now. They're all pretty bright. You know, they might be useful for something, but I don't think I really need it. I guess they're just kind of a collector's item at this point because all of these have been discontinued. Anyway, moving on from random 1x3s, which aren't really a puzzle, I got given this one. It's essentially just a tiny Rubik's Cube. I think it was a keyring at one point, but it's an actually official Rubik's Cube. So I actually have a whole bunch of these. They're not Rubik's brand, but they're just kind of generic ones. But this one, you know, it turns fine. I mean, it's pretty bad, but you can turn it using wrist turns. Because it's so tiny, you know, you wouldn't want to do much more than that. There you go, there's a bit of a size comparison. It's about half the size. I think it is exactly half the size of a regular Rubik's Cube, so that's kind of cool. But you know, I don't have 3 of these, unfortunately. It's fine. It's just another thing to have in the collection, I suppose. Also, you better stick around for the last one, because the last one is crazy. It's actually an unreleased item that was never even on the shelves to begin with. All right, switching up from puzzles a little bit, we've got some books. Problem solved. As you can see, they're official Rubik's. That back's actually pretty cool. But yeah, they're essentially just, you know, a diary with, you know, little Rubik's Cubes in the corner for only a couple of pages and then it's just blank. But yeah, it's that one. It says problem solved. And then we've got another one, game over. I don't know why. That doesn't really make sense. What are you, just exploding your Rubik's Cube because you got so angry you couldn't solve it? I don't know. But this one's red inside, you know, it's essentially the same thing. It's got the same sort of styling. They're pretty cool. They're pretty good condition, actually. I don't know how old these are. They might actually be kind of new, but I'm pretty sure all this stuff is discontinued because that's why they were given away to me, because they can't sell it anymore. Keeping on the stationery theme, look at these. Doesn't that look like every bad t-shirt ever? If you didn't get it, they're erasers. So I don't actually want to take these off. They're kind of stuck on, but you know, I might as well keep them in this condition because I'm not going to use them as an eraser, obviously. But yeah, official Rubik's, you know, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, the little razors. Normal one that's, I guess, rubbing off a little bit. There's a melted one. There's a turned and melted one. And then there's a really melted one. So I guess, you know, they could be useful for kids. Kids might enjoy these in their stationery. I don't know. I don't know what you really do with erasers these days. No one uses pencils. If these were pencils, that'd be kind of cool because then you could use them together. Moving on, this might look like a regular Rubik's Cube. Nah, it's a squishy stress ball thing, I guess. It doesn't turn, you know, well, kind of. It just morphs. It kind of looks like that twist cube that you can buy. But yeah, it's official Rubik's again. The color scheme's wrong, and it's not even the same as, you know, one of these pens, which is actually really weird. But yeah, color scheme is, it's correct if you look at it these 4 sides. If you know the regular Rubik's Cube color scheme, then, you know, you'll know why that's wrong. But anyway, if it looks alright that way, yeah. Alright, we got 2 left. I've been saving the best for last. So second last, we have this. A little, it's a pouch. So if you unzip it, you can keep stuff in there. And what's funny is I also got a solved one. So they're exactly the same, but this one's solved. No, I'm actually just kidding. But this is the same thing, but when you zip it out, it's scrambled inside, which is, you know, pretty neat. I actually don't mind that. But the problem is, you can't even fit a cube in here. Look, I'll show you. Regular Rubik's Cube, it genuinely doesn't fit. You can fit like 70% of it in, and then it just stops. Look, it kind of sits in there, but you can't zip it up. That's not gonna work. Surely they don't expect you to put this one in there and just zip it. I don't know. I don't even know what this is for. Leave a comment if you actually know what you would use this for, but I have no use for it, so, you know, if you want it, you can have it. But yeah, cool little pouch thing, I suppose. It's not even like cube shape. Look at that. That's pretty pathetic. You know, they could have had a bit of a hinge here to keep it a bit more rounded, but anyway, I guess it's Rubik's. At least they got the color scheme right this time, so that's a plus. All right, last but not least, we have this. As you can see from the get-go, it's huge. Going from big to small, as you can see, there's quite a bit of a difference. What makes this cube so special is that this was never released to the public. There is a couple of them floating around eBay and whatever. I saw a few listings for, you know, reasonable prices because it's not that exciting. Because what this is a money box. You put money in it and then, you know, you pull the bottom off and you take it out. It's a money box. And you might have seen these in shops, you know, they might come in a couple of different colors. But the special thing about this one is that it turns. All the other ones that were sold on shelves don't turn because this is a prototype. As you can see, it turns very poorly. It's got the same mechanism as that Oscar Van Deventer's treasure chest puzzle. But essentially, yeah, it's very loud, doesn't turn very well, but I'll show you the inside. You'd expect just this little ring to come off, right? And then you pull the coins out? No. Okay, I got it. So, as you can see, center cap comes off, and there's a big hole. You can't really see inside, but essentially, the mechanism moves around it. It's on like one of those rail mechanisms from like way back in the day. But as you can see, there's a big hole inside. It's meant to actually not open when it's scrambled, which is kind of funny because I can get it to open pretty easily while it's still mixed up because you just pry off the top. But yeah, it's got like the locking mechanism is just twisting that, and then it just keeps everything in place when it's down. But anyway, pretty cool thing to have in the collection. One of the only ones in the world. If you know anyone else who has this one, or maybe even you have this one, let me know because I'm pretty sure you wouldn't. So there we go. Overall, pretty good haul. I don't know what I'm going to do with all this stuff. I guess I'm just going to add it to the collection as, you know, it keeps growing forever because I'm not selling any of this stuff. It's all great. You know, maybe it'll be worth something in the future. Who knows? Yeah, official Rubik's merchandise. Let me know if you've got any of this stuff. Let me know if you want any of this stuff because I don't really, but, you know, I'm adding it to the collection. Why not? But anyway, this was a bit of fun. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.